warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alya Nurul Dwianta and I'm from English Education Class B 2019. Today I wanna retell you guys about the journal that I have read before. The title is Student Well-being in the Online Education in COVID-19. This journal is written by Eugene Florian, Mihaela, and Valentine. Okay, so COVID-19 pandemic brought challenges never seen before in all our areas of activity. Educational ministers, universities, school instructors, students, and parents were all affected by the COVID-19 that need to conduct activities only remotely, making them to spontaneously and forcibly adapt the educational process to this context. This journal proposed to study the status of university student well-being in the online education by comparison to the one experienced in the traditional education that was being held in the physical context. This journal identified a series of factors that influence the students' well-being and learning process in online education, while setting a path to future research directions in these regards. The factors of influence may regard different dimensions of the student experience, including the emotional state, the self-regulation process, the interaction with technology, the communication and relation with instructor and other students, the interaction with didactical materials, the learning process itself, or the perception of the physical working context. In this journal, there are students' well-being and learning process may be affected by the course's design and structure, instructional technology and academic programs, interaction, feedback, and facilitation received from instructor, collaboration, learning styles, and many others. And a summary of that I have told before, we understood that student well-being suffered a decrease in quality in online education compared to classical education, but there are also some advantages and benefits that shall be maintained and leveraged in the situation of switching back to classical education, as a blended educational context may offer the condition for an increase in the quality of learning process. This journal research objective is to explore the overall status of the students' well-being in the online educational context and to compare it with the one specific to the classical education. Second, to identify the factors of influence on well-being as well as on the learning process, as they are perceived by the student in the context of online education. And the last is to verify the result obtained in documentation. This journal hypothesis said to be verified in the study is the following: students' well-being is lower in online education than in classical education. This journal methodology is research involved conducting an interview with open-ended question with the following characteristic. Number one, topic of the interview: students' well-being in the context of the online education generated by the COVID-19 pandemic. And number two is hypothesis: students' well-being in lower in online education than in classical education, that I have told before. The result of this journal is the formulated hypothesis: students' well-being is lower in online education than that in classical education. It is partially confirmed for the interview subjects. Findings have been grouped on categories as follow: emotional states, interaction, informational content, study tool and material, and self-regulation, physical condition, discussion, And yeah, that's it. The conclusion is student experience an emotional imbalance in sustained online education due to the lack of physical social interaction and to the overall tiredness generated by the high workload at the same physical social interaction and to the overall time they benefit from more freedom in choosing to study topics and in managing time on their own. As an overall consideration for the students' well-being, the balance is more inclined in favor of the negative aspect of their feelings and experience while they are aware of this situation and try to overcome it. There are also exceptions as is the case of autonomous students and those with positive thinking who extract and leverage the benefit of the online education, but even these ones experience a loss in the personal and social development as a matter of the lack of physical social interaction. I think that's all that I can say to you. Uh, sorry if I have some mistaken words. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.